Cancer, welcome to your 3-month review. That is October, November, December. And of course, I will point out our last round for in-depth reads. In case you missed that announcement, I will link it off once more in the comments below. But just to summarize, as of September 15th, this channel is going to move to a part-time or partial retirement basis. And by that, I mean twice a week, Thursday and Sunday, I will be providing check-ins only, right? And so here we are. Thank you all so much for your thoughts, your well wishes, your responses. I appreciate that so much. And of course, I gave people the option to choose the last in-depth read for the week. And I knew the 3-month was going to be, I just knew. That was just logical. So I saw that 3-month coming. But what came in as a strong second was Intimate Tarot. I have to admit, it made me proud. It made me very proud. But not to worry, I'm going to address it in one of the check-ins. Some of the things that you're used to seeing from this channel, I will format it to a check-in system as well, including Intimate Tarot, so I look forward to that. But anyway, what we're doing today, 3-month, yeah? So this is the board I'm using for you and all 12 signs, and we're going to start with October. We're going to take out the two for the month of October, 10, or the Wheel of Fortune, right? November, 11, Justice. December, 12, the Hanged Man, or Perspective. The bottom row are energies I like to look at when we do a 3-month review, specifically the sun. What makes us happy? Are we in it? Are we loving it? Right? Are we building it? Are we working our way in it? Do we need to make adjustments? Are we having radical shifts about what our idea of the sun is? Happiness. And then the Tower. Anything unexpected or untoward we should know about. But I have to tell you, the vast majority, not all, but a lot of the collectives have shown me hindsight towers. This is what I learned about that moment. You know, this is how I'm still processing it. This is what I learned about myself, etc. So that's good stuff too. All right. What's going on? Show me Cancer in October. Like always, take what resonates, leave it does not. If there's more than one energy clearly apparent to you on this board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. Do keep in mind these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all. Frustrating but normal. Check your placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. I won't miss saying that 13 times a week. I really won't. It's a technical default, but a necessary one. All right. Show me Cancer in October. 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 Right. Eight of Wands, 3 of Swords, and Temperance. Okay, we're healing our heart over some communication. Okay. It could be that you are healing with someone else via communication, or this is your intent, or this is what you're receiving. Which way it's going, I don't know. It's either being generated by you, in other words, you're producing that content, or it's coming towards you. Okay. But what's behind it, though, is beautiful. It's well-intended. You know, fix things from the heart. All right. Wanting to heal. And you're putting that out there, I believe, or you're responding to it. Regardless, it's well-intended. Okay, and it does come from the heart, even if that heart's got a couple of swords in it. The whole point is to soothe it a little more. All right, let's push that a little further. What's going on? What's going on? Let's say a little bit more about that in October. The intent is good. I know that. Be you generating the conversation or you're on the receiving end of it. The idea is to soothe and to heal. Okay. What else, please? Strength, King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. I got 2 figures here. Clearly 2. Don't get me wrong, I could summarize that and say, wow, I'm looking at a very powerful Cancer, and I have no doubt that you are, my darling. But I can just see that it's broken up a little bit in terms of 2 separate entities. They both look like they have very strong sense of selves. We have a King of Cups here. This could be you, or the King of Pentacles. Somebody. But there's a lot of strength. Actually, these 2 share that in common. They both tend to be strong-willed and or prideful. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like all things in tarot, all elements. It depends on what you do with it. You can use strength to go like this, or you can go like this. Either way, it takes strength. So again, it's what you use it for, where it's coming from that matters. I just know that between these 2 strong-willed figures who have a very strong sense of carved-out personality, They have both been touched with a sense of strength, fortitude, can do, my highest self, my most material self, okay, be it practically, resourcefully, grounded, or from the heart. Both seem to take a measure of pride in this. So, or in themselves, I should say. So, again, that really reinforces the point of this communication. It is sincerely meant, okay? Whoever is generating it or receiving it, it seems to be working both ways. So that's good. What the focus of conversation is, other than healing, I don't know, but words are powerful here. At least between these two knocking around, the words are powerful. All right? Good luck to you both in that effort of healing wounds by communication and possibly intent and or action. As Eight of Wands, any really sort of wand energy can easily lead into the physical, so do keep that in mind. If there's any activity that surrounds it, the intent is still the same. But let's start with communication first, yes? I like it. I like it. It's well intended. Okay, both sides. Both sides. That's lovely. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. Just to remind folks about 3-month reviews, sometimes I see a clear flow through of one thought, feeling, belief, or action. Sometimes it's very distinct segments. And that's one of the benefits of using a board, by the way. Not pre-layout, it's not the same. Board and pre-layout, not the same. I wouldn't watch pre-layout. No. No. Don't get me wrong, I want you to trust a tarot reader. If you trust that's what they do, cool. But no, there's a big difference between a pre-layout and a board. Okay? All right, let's see you in November. Show me Cancer in November. Show me Cancer in November. I got a couple more. Ace of Cups, the World, and the Fool. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Okay. That's a bit shaky, but okay. Okay. All right, I'm going to push that a little further before I follow up on that thought. Hold on. Because it could swing in either direction, to be perfectly honest with you. The Magician, the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Wands. There is a very strong sense of wanting and very much desiring to pull in a balance, if anything else, from a practical point of view. I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's from this King of Pentacles figure. Again, maybe you, maybe them, don't know. Again, up to you. The Magician, Six of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Someone's been waiting for a while, but have finally really decided to manifest balancing this thing. And now it's showing up in 3D, or at least it has the prospect to. However, there's a condition or a catch, because that world is literally a swinging door right here. It's like a saloon door. It can swing in and out, okay, in this position. There's going to be a moment spiritually where someone is going to be very tempted to stay indoors, you know, to emotionally check out and not take the risk. The other side of stepping on those saloon doors is to indeed be more available and open to taking a risk. That could actually be divided between these two in terms of perspective and experience. It really depends on that communication. Okay? I can't give you absolutes, honey. No tarot in the world can. I can only give you an imprint. I see what's here, not what isn't. That's why I don't fill in details for you if they're not here. Why the hell would I do that? Why didn't you say this? Why didn't you say that? Because did I see it? I tell you what I see, not what I don't see. So when I tell you there is a proposed swinging door here, that someone may not emotionally show up because they can't, while somebody else is willing to show up and take a risk, both stand as a proposed concept. I'm leaning that you are the one who is open to taking a risk, because I see how you are showing me bare minimum a willingness to balance this thing in reality. So we went from communication to a realistic possible proposed structure. For some reason, it's coming up specifically in November. Okay. So the initial talks made progress then in the interest of healing, which is good. I got two people who know themselves pretty well. But what you both share in common here is that you both have to be willing to some extent to take a risk. For somebody, it's emotional presence. The other person, it's physical presence. Okay? Yeah. Oh, no, it gets like that. And tarot. That's actually quite a bit of detail. I can't give you the who, when, where, how. I don't know if it's on a Saturday at 5 o'clock. I don't know. You know, that's going to come down to how these two sculpt it. So tarot does not dictate action. You two do. Okay? That's if this resonates. That's if this resonates. Some of it's future-oriented, so you don't know yet. I mean, that's the reason we're looking, right? So, realistically, do I see you pulling for a physical structure where two people can balance face-to-face? Yes. Is it also possible someone can't emotionally show up to this? Yeah. So here I see the risk, emotional risk, and for someone else, a physical risk of opening up, taking a chance. Kind of going off grid, something like that. All right. Oh, what will be the result? I don't know, honey. I don't know. If I don't see it here in December, I'll try to dig a little deeper there, okay? Because I can't guarantee anything, honey. Energies change like this. But the fact that it's literally on a swinging door like that, like I said, saloon doors, you know, let's keep digging. Let's keep going. In the overall sense, I can tell that you are someone who respects balances and keeping a particular flow, whatever the reason for it. And there's a very specific reason here in the opening, but it's like the idea is, can we pull that into reality now? I understand. Grounding it a little more is what you're showing me. I want to ground this a little more. I'm glad we kicked off the talks. But can we ground this a little more? And after that, I don't know. I don't know. You can't expect much from a Six of Pentacles in terms of what does that mean. That's what those two need to figure out. That's what I'm saying. Someone has to emotionally open up, take a risk. Someone has to be physically willing to show up and do the same. All right. Righty brew. Let's see. That was tricky. And that's real life, though. Energies in real life are tricky. Even the 3D energies can be tricky too, honey. Check out Pisces if you don't believe me. They opened up with a lot of tricky. All right. Let's see Cancer in December. Show me Cancer in December. One more. Let's see Cancer in December, please. Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Four of Wands. Yeah, there's the willingness to invest. Why are you showing me that? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with willingness to invest in the relationship, but why did you need the Hierophant, though? Okay. No, it's fine. It's just interesting. Is there something else? What is this? What else, please? What is this? The Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. Gosh. There's a sense of you want to solidify this, I believe, because you can see it as being possibly something that can be incorporated into your longevity prospects, which are beautiful, by the way. Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, that's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. But I didn't know why you needed such a strong stamp with the Hierophant there, with the Four of Wands that says very strongly commitment. I always say the Four of Wands, guys, doesn't necessarily guarantee marriage, nor does it. It's the relationship that's built by two people. But the Hierophant's already standing next to this, like, take this seriously. With the Page of Pentacles, right? Kicking it off, getting it started, making it more grounded, more solid, more real. I stand by this. That's all he's really saying to me is I stand by this. Please take this investment seriously. By December, but there's much time and reflection in this concept as the Wheel of Fortune having time passed over some beautiful energies here. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. It's kind of like saying, I'm starting this now because I can see the future, or I want to see the future, or in some way you're in it. And it's actually quite beautiful. It's lovely because the intent seems to be starting back here for a greater or broader perspective. And that's absolutely something I know Cancer can tap into. And there's such a wealth in here of emotionality and stability, and that this could go places, but it's got to start here. It's got to start here. And I'm willing to stand next to it. But I got to start somewhere with this. And that's something I talk about all the time, guys. Little pages, they shouldn't carry too much weight. But it's okay to kickstart things, too, with them. I mean, how else do we get things going is but with pages? Yeah? So here we have what it looks like a very honorable page for concepts that are further out. You understand me? And it is indeed a very honorable page. So the fact that you're showing me that in December suggests perhaps we have something here to work with. Perhaps both people showed up in the same place at the same time. And don't get me wrong, on the surface here, there's no further sense of agenda or attachment to it. It is simply, it would mean a lot to me and hopefully us to balance. But in December, I was seeing someone showing me some marked energy about it begins here. It starts with the self, putting this page down, because fast forward a little bit, I can see how in the greater scheme of things this could play out. Make sense? And that's a beautiful greater scheme of things. That's the best of the best of the best. Sir, ma'am, them, they. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. That's gorgeous. That's bloody gorgeous. That's emotional longevity. That is foundation longevity. It's everything. Wow. Oh, Cancer, honey, this is wonderful. I haven't seen things like this for you in a long time, which is so nice to see this for you. And I say that because, again, I have to remind people, collectives get stuck in a particular rut. And until that collective works through it, I won't see changes. That's just how it works. Oh, God. I remember a Gemini patch where I was just gritting my teeth through it some days because it went on for 3 or 4 months until I finally started seeing breakthroughs. But collectives moves as they move. The more we process, the more we get through it. Okay? So it looks like the Cancer Collective is processing beautiful things that suggest readiness, future orientation of self, and where we're going to find ourselves with who and why. And it's like preparations begin now. And I love that. You know, this Cancer is looking forward to a further out vision that they would like to include someone else with. But first, for some reason, it kicks off in October. As realistically, let's put down some healing communication. And 2 people who seem to know themselves pretty well, which is helpful. The tricky bit is here in November. I don't know if someone here needs a little coaxing. They don't know if they should be emotionally present for this, which suggests emotional investment. But the fact that you're showing me this is where I stand by December, a little bit can go a long way. That's your thinking. They must have showed up. All that to say, they must have showed up. Or you must have showed up. I don't really know who's who. But you both had to trust to step forward in some way. Okay? And this is wonderful. I like this. May it be. Blessings to you both. May it happen. But again, it takes a willingness of 2. And if I didn't see that, I would be discouraging you. Let me make that clear. If I didn't see the willingness, I would be discouraging you. That's how that works. But because I see the willingness, I am encouraging. There you go. When energies are shit, I say so. All right? That's it, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. Oh, yeah, that's they're totally lying to themselves and they know it. They're kind of full of shit. But yeah, connect with them. It's what you really want. That would be horrible. Why would I do that? Sometimes what we really, really want is not for us. You know? But these two people are choosing to show up in the same space at the same time, I believe. All right, let's jump on down there to the sun. This was really nice for you today, no matter what else I say here today. I love that. I love that opening of good intent on both sides. Such lovely communication, thoughtful. Let's see that sun, please. Show me the sun, please, for Cancer. I'm very interested in that for you. Let's see your sun. Let's see your sun, please. Show me that sun. Show me the sun. Show me the sun. Let's see that sun. Show me the sun. You see, yours is really interesting because now I'm comparing it, whether I like it or not, to Scorpio's, because they had some income and communication also from a, did I say from a Hierophant energy? King of Pentacles. There's some Taurus here. But we have a lot of personality here today. We got Scorpio, we got Leo, we got Sag. All that. Anyway, they had some income and communication as well. And even though it looked straightforward, what was missing was healing, a real talk discussion. And as a result, Scorpio could not emotionally show up for it because they didn't trust it. Because what was needed the most was what was missing the most. And that was this. See the difference between my encouraging you and discouraging you. You know? Because in December, Scorpio looked really different. I don't think I can connect to this. I don't think I can open up towards this. Yes, because the key points weren't addressed. So while it was forthright and it was informative, it wasn't helpful where they needed it, so they couldn't emotionally show up. See what I'm saying? This is what happens when we address the things appropriately. We have reason to take the other person seriously and anchor ourselves to them and try and show up and try. So if you want to check that out for, balancing, check out Scorpios. They had a solid opening too, man. Solid opening. When it came to that particular subject, they couldn't show up for it. Okay. So, it was interesting. Let's give these a couple more shuffles. So that's the difference, ladies and gentlemen, between me encouraging and discouraging. But hey, at the end of the day, free will, yeah? Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. There you go. Only you'll be in the best position to know if this should move forward or be connected with. Yeah. Queen of Swords, the Moon, the Tower. Oh, my. That's a lot of shifting right there under the old sun. Oh, my. Such sharp insight here about divinity, balancing. You're not the first person to show me the Tower in some very strong areas. It's a tower that you are indeed processing now, particularly as it relates to happiness, divine lights and shadows, and how they play on each other. You've learned a lot. A lot. There's a learning element here that says we are more alike than we are different. We didn't know. It's quite a bit. It's very fancy. Well, I wouldn't expect anything less from you, honey. That's very fancy. That's some very, very fancy, strong spiritual awakening here. It really does suggest it's more like me than it is different. And I just didn't know that. That's a whopper. And it makes you happy. It makes you happy realizing this in your own way. So it still feels like an unknown sun to you. You're still kind of feeling your way around it. They're very much like me, just different. Yeah, it happens. But we didn't know it. We're really saying we didn't know. There's a lot we didn't know. And I don't know if at that point the exchange, not knowing and now we know, happens back here, if it was another moment on your timeline that led you into that. I don't know. Let's keep pushing that a little further. I mean, that's already a heck of a sun, but that's what you call radical shifting sun. Okay? You didn't really know to take warmth from this until you had some sort of reference for you that suggested Tower. It's like, now I know. I am, we are more alike than we are different. Something like that. Okay. Three of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Four of Cups. Yeah, we very much want to connect with this. You know, that sense that it will ease the unhappiness. The Three of Cups, a lot of water here. Three of Cups, Queen of Cups, Four of Cups. Lots of love. Okay? Lots of love. Disappointment about not being on the same page emotionally, and yet it still has the possibility to connect realistically with the Three of Cups, as we've seen. So the idea of possibly connecting to this makes us happy. Very. Okay. I think that's fair. I think that's an honest assessment. All right. Let's go ahead and push in that tower a little more. Although it could be a different tower. I hope not. It's just easier to work with the ones that have already showed up. Sometimes no new news is good, you know? Let's see that tower, please. And somehow we got a nice little love story here for you today, which again, I promise you, not everybody got that. Here's just a love story. It's a nice one. All right, let's see that tower, please. Four Swords, the Sun, and that's when the Sun popped out. I'll tell you what. Four Swords, the Sun, the King of Wands. Again, there's that sense that we didn't know that this was going to make us happy. This connection. We didn't know it would be a source of warmth. We didn't know it would be a balancing feeling of divinity. We didn't know. Somebody had rested on some time ago this idea that it was just passion, or that's where the sun, the happiness was coming from, was just a straight up sense of passion. Well, it turns me on, so that's why it's warm. It turns out this was a false construct. I mean, it's like they did a Four Swords, they did a Four Swords light and said, you know what, I've rested on this, and the reason why it makes me feel warm or happy is because I'm passionately attracted to it, or something like that, and that was it. And that the tower overrode that quite a bit. Okay. Okay. All right. That happens quite a bit. That summary happens quite a bit for people, and it can mess things up quite a bit. Okay. Seven of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Devil. That's exactly what it was. Okay. So it was concluded somebody's energy was outward rejected because I don't know who was who at this point. The energy was outright rejected because it was highly conflated with just player. You don't give a shit. You're just sexually patternized, toxic. Yeah. So two people arrived to a similar conclusion. One person went to rest on this and he said, the only reason this makes me feel happy is because I'm attracted to it. The other person said to them, the only reason you come around is because that's what you do. Knight of Wands, the Devil. That's all you do. You just fuck around. You just play around. That's all you do. That's all you're known for. Guess what? I'm just one of many. Whew. So you both had once more arrived to similar conclusions, just in your own respective ways. Those are two different points of view, but they draw from the same well. Okay. So, oh boy. Yeah, that's a pretty strong accusation. Somebody's energy got rejected. You know what? That's all you do is fuck around. And I'm no different. You've done it to me, you've done it to others. Great. And the other person says, the only reason I feel attracted to this is because it feels good. Or it's because it's warm. It feels good. I'm attracted to it. That's it. 2 + 2. So yeah, that's a lot of tower. Over here, cracking open that sun. We're redefining the sun, the happiness as we speak. We're learning about things that have come to light and how we actually really did emotionally connect to this. And there was an issue of not being on the same page, but that seems to be in a space of being corrected. Wow. Look at that. What a reading for you today, honey. Wow. That tower is important because it's not upcoming, it's reflection. I already synced it. Okay. There's a reason, and it's not a coincidence that we opened up immediately with the emphasis on healing via communication. You and me. Okay. We pull it into the 3D. Both people are apprehensive, but for different reasons. But then I see one person distinctly stand by this and say, I want to start here because I have foresight and I believe it could lead to that. Cool. And then look at that wealth of activity behind it that led up to this. Wow. Your sun plays in the tower literally plays into the sun. Did you see that? Sun tower, sun tower. Okay? It's interesting how you both had to take a lesson about assumptions based on passion, interest and attraction, when really at the heart of the issue was indeed the heart. You know, a lot of people conflate love with passion, but it also works the other way around. What can start out as very passionate can often have underlying feelings of love. And frankly, that's all I've seen here. People who don't have each other's best interest in mind don't open up like this. So, there you are. Okay, let's wrap it up. Very good. I'm quite proud of you both, really. If you want comparison once more, check out Scorpio's message. Somebody tried to kick off the conversation, but I can see why they backed away. There wasn't any healing elements to justify being connected. And so again, once more, I had to do that thing where, Scorpio, honey, you can avoid all that conflict and just don't. You're not hearing what you need to feel safe and secure, so just leave it alone. Okay? There you go. Distance, retreat, or timeout? Yes, okay. Love, slow and steady. We got to be careful. There's that sense here. Distance, retreat, timeout. Oh no, there's distance here. New love, just say love. Renewed love as well. It could be that you two are finally discovering each other in love after all this time, because there is a slow and steady thing, but there is a control tactic here. The only time I see the control tactic is in regards respectively to each other's sexual energy and how you perceived it. You only come around for my sexual energy, and it's like, well, the only reason I'm into you is because I'm attracted to you, and you try to use that to control me. That was the core issue for some of you, the both of you. I know, so we have to be so careful that sexual energy. We can be so deeply attracted. And two people can consciously or unconsciously use that to control the other person. So there's that. That's all wrapped up in that tower. That's the only place I saw it. Everything else here is all good gravy and frankly just beautiful. Something to keep in mind. Okay? Chemistry. That's what I'm saying. Just because it was there was a natural passion and or chemistry between these two. Natural. And maybe it scared the hell out of you both and you didn't know how to connect to each other correctly through love or balancing. And I think you both kind of maybe inwardly accused each other. You know, you're doing what you're doing to keep me interested in you. Well, you're doing what you're doing because you're just attracted to me. And that's where there is a strong accusation here of patternized sexual attachment that seems to be poor. And the other person, well, that's all it was attraction. But no, it was... Somebody was scared to open up their heart. They clung to their comfort zone, clinging. Someone was afraid of the love. Okay. Too busy clinging to the comfort zone or what is known, as opposed to stepping or rising into the North Node, which challenges our assumptions and things like that. The Ace of Cups, the water there. Natural love. Holding ourselves back from what was there. Okay. All right. Oh. Lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Look down below. Get the lay of the land. Know where you stand. Sky bridge, possibility for union, as we've discussed. Number 47. A tidy house, clarity, and organization. I'm all into that. And this is what kind of tidy house, tidy mind kind of thing. And that's where you're organizing your natural environment. And as you do so, it helps organize your mind. One absolutely flows into the other. So kind of just getting a grip on your natural environment getting the lay of the land, seeing where things lay, and also specifically for you, where they could be in future further out, but it starts with the page. And you kind of standing beside it and saying, this is where I'm at. I like it. And we're getting tidy. We're thinking about the future homes and how it's built and how it's nested and how it's secure and cared for, this kind of thing. So really taking stock of our present day life, inventory, and where it will lead us. Okay? So much has been building up and leaning into this. 34, 47, and 1. Okay. Oh, yeah, there it is, right there. That's what I was looking for. Music. Listening, number 53 specifically. Listening for the music. We're listening. We're listening to each other's song, how we communicate to each other. We're listening, we're learning, we're listening, we're learning. We're absorbing the wisdom, listening. Care, gentle, caring presence. That's all I'm getting from that right there. It's gorgeous. Okay? Being open to listening. And then also, of course, being open to speaking, because it's a two-way street. That's what I'm saying. It's part listening, educating ourselves, and then knowing when to open up. Okay, number 35. And then there's a magical prayer here. There's a prayer there, on winging a prayer. 32. What am I focusing on? I keep saying that's it. It could be wrong 32 reference, but confirmation for some of you. I'm supposed to say that, something about 32. I keep looking at the windswept hair though. It's quite enchanting the way it flows. It may or may not mean anything to you. I couldn't fit anything else. Okay. Yes. All right. And charms. Okay. We have the letters W, I. We have the infinity loop. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure that there's some soul blend stuff going on here. The camel, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, but more to the point, being conservative with one's emotions. Okay. We have the medallion of Libra, a state of balance, correctness. Okay. Sense of weighing the scales here. For some of you, you have strong Libra in your chart, could be connection to one. And for some of you, there might be an indication of Libra season. Yeah. That fits for October. And then it also kind of flows into November a little bit. Wait, what did I just say? I'm sorry. Why did I do that? No, that's Scorpio time. October to November, that's Scorpio. Preceding that, early October is Libra season. And that's where effectively I see this kicking off. Okay. Oh, we have the octopus in reverse. No death grip of emotions here, but also not being lost to the mystery and the unknown. Okay. It's less mysterious and unknown now, it seems. And then we have the big masculine glasses. So cute. Okay. All right. Cancer, honey, I do hope this helped you. This is a really good story today. I liked it a lot. Like I said, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.